Guys, welcome back to another week of my final thoughts in the NFL. I know I did not make a video a week ago. My schedule was just so extremely busy with work, and I had no time to watch a whole lot of ball. So unfortunately, I did miss a video last week, which was unfortunate, but we missed some pretty good games though. But either way, we're back this week with a lot of exciting games, lots of one-scoring games. Um, in the NFL this past week, and unfortunately, the Dallas Cowboys season is definitely over, as we know. We'll get into my final thoughts of the NFL this past week here in Week 10. And we'll start off for one of the best Thursday night games I think we are going to see all season long. Is by far the best one we've seen this year. And like I said, it's going to be the best one we've seen all year, literally. The Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens, a clash of the AFC North. Bengals are by far the best 4-6 team in the NFL, I think, of all time. I think we just see this every year with Cincinnati. The team is off to just a terrible start. I feel like almost every year now these days. And then they get hot. They get tough here. But I think the AFC is super easy. I think the Bengals will make the playoffs. Their team is too good offensively to fold, but their defense is not the same as the way it's sort of been, and they've lost some defensive backs throughout the years, and just the Bengals defense is just not very good, as we can tell. The Ravens offense is obviously amazing, but either way, Jamar Chase have himself a day. I'm sure if everybody had them on their fantasy teams, you loved it. If you went against them, I'm sorry. 3 touchdowns for Jamar Chase, 4 touchdowns in the year for Joe Burrow, and he lost again. Joe Burrow can do anything in the world with his offense, and his defense will fail him. But either way, the 2-point conversion was absolutely just a terrible, terrible play call at the end there. With a game that close, you're about midway through the season. You have playoff hopes. You need to start really winning games right now. I mean, we're getting closer to playoff time, and wins are crucial. They get crucial to come by. And the way, the Bengals, they always start losing every year. I mean, I get you get hot late, but we can't do this all the time. Is it seriously time to fire Zach Taylor? Is that starting? Is he, Bengal fans, is he on the hot seat? I truly believe he's really getting closer and closer. But either way, the Ravens win a great game, though. An offensive scheme that we saw. Everybody loves those games of shootouts. The Bengals were up 2 scores and then couldn't hold on. Ravens offense too much for Cincinnati, and they get the win at home to start off our great week of NFL football, because that's not the only game that was a 1-score game. Let's get into the Sunday games now. So we move on to the Sunday games, but first, our first Germany game of the year. And at first, a lot of fans, I mean, I get it. Who wants to watch the Giants and Panthers? Well, here's the question you have to ask yourself this year. It's a hot summer day, let's say mid-June, early July, nothing going on. You would do anything to watch a football game like that. I mean, seriously. Who cares? Because it's football. But either way, the Giants and Panthers were the first teams to play in Germany this season, and it was actually a really good game. But who would have thought that Bryce Young is smiling and the Panthers have won 2 straight games? I would have called you crazy. I think the Giants are officially, I would say they are now the top tier of the worst team in the NFL. The Panthers have passed them on that with that win. A tight battle. The Giants tie it up to go to overtime. Panthers defense shows up big with forcing a turnover, and the Panthers game-winning field goal, and they beat the New York Giants in a very toilet bowl matchup in Germany. But hey, their fans love it. They have a great fan base there in Germany. We saw them singing songs. I mean, I just love it. I mean, Germany fans bring their A game to American football games, as you'd say. The Panthers get us started on a Sunday morning, win 20-17 in the toilet bowl game by defeating New York. And so we move on to the 1 o'clock games. Let's get this unfortunate game out of the way. The Broncos came into Kansas City in a nice clash of the AFC West. Another a very tough battle between these two teams occasionally, and the Broncos really put up a great fight. I mean, offensively, they're looking pretty dialed in, but more than likely, their defense played a great game. But Travis Kelce is really starting to get his season really turned around with these costly wide receiver injuries for Kansas City, so he is really stepping up now with that offense. And unfortunately, the Chiefs blocked field goal You knew something wasn't right. I mean, you had that gut feeling the Chiefs are going to find a way to win this game. I mean, I figured they were definitely going to come back, but not the way that I definitely totally wasn't expecting this ending. The Broncos up to that field goal, gets blocked, and Taylor Swifty fans, Kansas City fans are just going absolutely nuts. The Chiefs are by far one of the most overrated teams, I think, since the Pittsburgh Steelers back in 2020. Definitely looking very similar. Two overrated teams. Could you imagine if the Panthers beat the Chiefs? I think, oh my gosh, it would feed generations. Would love to see that. But either, unfortunately, the Chiefs, you expect them to win, but not like that. A very disappointing way for the Broncos to go out as they fall to 5-5 on the year. And the Chiefs are still undefeated. And we move on to the other one of the games of the week. The Pittsburgh Steelers head into Washington in a clash of offense that we saw in that game. But a lot of questionable calls that also happened in this game. Here's the first thing. I believe now, I honestly think, yeah, the Steelers are a legit team. I've been proved wrong. Mike Tomlin's done it again. He's going to have this team over 500 once again in his career. The Steelers' offense is looking really good. Speaking of players on the rise, like we said, Travis Kelce, I'm fully wanting to admit now, I think we just need to have George Pickens in that conversation. I've never been a George Pickens fan, but now that dude is balling. 91 yards for him and a touchdown as well. And that Steeler offense looking really good, but I'm really confused why they punted or fake punted in the first quarter. That is just that right there is a not very Mike Tomlin thing to do. That made no sense. But either way, a very great game between these two teams coming down the wire. But the biggest call of the game, I believe Zach Ertz got that first down on that play. I don't know how he was short. That was a terrible spot. I would not agree with that ever. I think the Washington Commanders really could have won this game. I definitely thought they were going to win, but the Steelers, though, they go into Pittsburgh and they go into Washington, and put up a great fight. The Steelers are 7-2, and it is going to be a big battle for the first place spot in the AFC North next week between the Ravens and the Steelers. Commanders, a tough loss, but they also have a big-time matchup, first place for the NFC East against the Eagles on Thursday night next week. Cannot wait for both of those games. It is going to be a lot of fun for those two teams next week playing for first place, but Russell Wilson is proving everybody wrong. Besides his interception, 3 touchdowns for Russell Wilson. What a day for the Steelers. They stun Washington, even though a controversial call. But either way, a win's a win for Pittsburgh and Mike Tomlin. They just keep finding a way to do it every week. Like I said, this week was stacked of good games. The 49ers went into Tampa Bay this past Sunday, and it was a great game. I mean, I have a lot of respect right now for Tampa Bay with their 2 top wideouts are out. People got to step up. I mean, not a whole lot of firepower for that Tampa Bay offense this past week. But what a day it was. So congratulations, Ricky Pearsall getting his first career NFL touchdown. Huge congratulations to him and his story that he has overcame. And here he is in the NFL, stepping up and making big-time plays. Now, like I said, not much offense for Tampa Bay. Baker Mayfield was barely over 100 yards against the 49ers defense. But man, what did he do? I'm so glad I got to watch this live. The great play of Nick Bosa. And if you know their history in college, Nick Bosa and Baker Mayfield did not like each other with Ohio State and Oklahoma, little rivalry they had the past 2 years. But man, watching Nick Bosa hold on to Baker Mayfield's arm and Baker Mayfield making a play out of it on 4th down, game on the line, making that pass to Rachaad White for the first down. Amazing play. I mean, it was nothing but flag after flag after flag on that 49ers defensive side, giving the Tampa Bay Buccaneers a chance to win. Luckily, they only held them to 3, but either way, it wasn't enough. San Francisco marches right back down the field in less than 30, I think it was less than like 30 seconds left in the 4th quarter. And Jake Moody had himself a terrible day. His first game back from injury, but he made the game winner, and that's all that matters for San Francisco. Unfortunately, they get a big-time win to stay a game out of the NFC West. Tampa Bay loses a tough one. It's going to be really tough, I think, for this offense, or this team in general, to try to take first place in the NFC South. I still think it's very doable, though, with the Atlanta Falcons, but we'll see what happens. Either way, a tough break for Tampa Bay. San Francisco gets another much-needed win. Speaking of more good games, the Atlanta Falcons go into town to New Orleans to take on the Saints. In an upset game, the Saints pull one away, barely. What a day it was for the Saints, and a big-time, much-needed bounce-back win after their just ice-cold trend they've had on probably one of the playing just really bad football. I know they have so many injuries on that team, but they find a way to win. They find a new guy to throw the ball to. Valdez Scantling, have a day, man. Wow. He's like the new Rashid Shaheed on that offense now. Can we see him get a lot more targets? We'll see how more involved he gets in this offense. But either way, a tough loss for the Atlanta Falcons. Missed field goals, Young Hoku. Bad day for him, costing them lots of points off the board. The Saints get it done. Not much to a whole lot to say. Just a big upset for New Orleans. They needed the win. Ray McCloud could not get out of bounds. I believe who it was at the end there for the Falcons, and the Saints hold on in the end to defeat the Atlanta Falcons. Man, the Falcons could have had a 3-game lead in that NFC South, but they can't get it done. But either way, Saints get it done in an upset and another great game, a one-score game by 3, 2017 win for the Saints over Atlanta. And we move on to Snooze Fest. What have I told you? Sam Darnold throws 3 interceptions and no touchdowns, and the Vikings don't score a single touchdown the entire game, and they win 12-7 to the Jaguars. Go figure. The Vikings are really falling down to reality, I would say. This team is by far a third-place bound team in the NFC North. I do think they still squeak into the playoffs, but either way, Vikings are not playing very good football lately. Very ugly win for Minnesota and that offense. I know Aaron Jones got banged up. We'll see how healthy he can be for next week. But either way, Jaguars, ugly loss. Mac Jones is your only touchdown scorer, rushing it in. Just a bad day for Jacksonville. Not much to talk about this game, but mainly just for the future, really. I mean, I don't know how much the Vikings got to play better ball. The Jaguars just ready for that draft to start. But either way, baseball score 12-7. Vikings win it over Jacksonville. And we move on to Indy. The Bills take on Indianapolis Colts this past weekend on Sunday. And it was like a tight game, but like then the Bills just somewhat pulled away and it was just over. But anyway, Bills having themselves a day on defense, forcing lots of turnovers. Tough break for that Indianapolis Colts team. They fall to 4-6. Jonathan Taylor, 100 yards though, but not much to say a whole lot about this game. The Bills are off to a good start. Colts put up, I would say, a decent fight. Didn't quit. Still started to make the game close, making it a one-score game, and then it was 2, and then it was 3, back to 2, and then it's just over. Colts just not much. Just can't hang around the Bills. I mean, I think the Bills are truly the team to beat, I would say, in the AFC. I think it's pretty obvious. It's an easy take right there. I would say it's not Kansas City, it's the Bills. I think the Bills can really make a run this time. I'm shocked, honestly, but like I've said, they've proven me wrong. The Bills right now by far the team to beat. I really honestly hope badly. I mean, I want the Chiefs to be done immediately, whether if it has to be an AFC Championship game, whatever. I want to see the Bills beat the Chiefs this time, and I generally believe they can do it. But like I said, Bills, they win over Indianapolis by 10, 30-20. Josh Allen, 2 interceptions, but rushing touchdown. James Cook finds the end zone as well. We'll see how much can they get Amari Cooper back in this offense. I mean, how much can he get involved when he's finally healthy? We'll see. Shakir had himself a decent day, but either way, the Bills, they get it done. It's just another win. It's usually not too. I would say it's very easy to win in Indianapolis, to be honest. It's always kind of a tricky place to play, but the Bills, Mafia, they find a way to get it done, and they move on to go to 8-2, running away in the AFC East. And last but not least, for our 1 o'clock games, it's one of those games I don't think I paid a single second to. The Patriots and Bears. The Patriots tie their single-season franchise record of 9 sacks against the Chicago Bears. I kind of expected the Bears to win this game, but did I say or did I not say that the Bears are going to fade, and they're going to fade fast, and they are going to fall off? And they are. I didn't expect it in this game, but they found a way because their schedule gets tougher. That offense is mediocre right now. I knew they were going to fall off, and they are. Very easy, very, very easy and predictable fall off for Chicago. Like I said, the Patriots, they get it done. I mean, nice win for New England and Drake May. Both just young quarterbacks and young teams going at it. It was a field goal fest for New England as well. But either way, I would say it's a big win for the New England, though, at the same time. Going into the Windy City in Chicago, I didn't think they were going to win. I think the Bears are a better team than New England, but Caleb Williams could not stay in the pocket without getting sacked. So No time to throw for him. 9 sacks for New England, and just a nice win for New England to go to 3-7 on the year. The Bears draft pick, they just keep rising and getting closer into the top 10. A tough loss for Chicago. They needed that win bad because it's not going to get easier for them. Congrats to Drake May in New England on, I would say, is an upset win for them. I don't know if they were favored, but a nice win for New England. Not much to say. I mean, honestly, Dallas played a great first half of football on the defensive side. Their defense looked really good. Micah Parsons definitely makes a key factor. I think he gives a lot of motivation to this defense and makes big plays. We saw him play a decent game. But you have to do it for 60 minutes of football, not just 30. Eagles dominate Dallas in a as expected win for Philadelphia. Cooper Rush is not himself anymore, like we saw a couple years ago. And back in it was 2021 season. Yeah, we don't see the same Cowboys team. They're terrible. Season's over. Jerry Jones sucks. The stadium sucks. So the sunlight. I've been saying it for freaking years on end. How dumb that is in that stadium. Everything is Jerry Jones' fault. I don't know what's so hard about getting rid of Mike McCarthy. I mean, he's given this team good years. I will give him credit that. I mean, I'm disgusted by the rumors I keep seeing on social media. Oh, Dallas needs to go get Deion Sanders for their next head coach after that. No, we do not. No, we do not. It will be worse if Dallas were to get Deion Sanders for their head coach. I'm tired of seeing it on my feed on Twitter and TikTok. It's just the stupidest thing ever. People are so idiotic to ever even think that would be a good idea. It would be 20 million times worse. They would not have a team over 500 if Deion Sanders were to coach. It would never happen as long as I live. Either way, the Cowboys season is so over. I'm already over the season. I'm not even mad anymore. I'm just done, and I'm ready for the draft because I have the Ohio State football team to look forward to on Saturdays. My Sundays don't count with Dallas Cowboy football anymore. Can't wait to see the real team in Texas dominate Dallas next week. CJ Stroud, drop 5 touchdowns, drop 500 yards. Joe Mixon, dominate, shred this defense, just shred them. Let's go Texans. Moving on. Speaking of disappointing teams of 2024, let's go to the Jets. The Jets go into Arizona and get spanked by Kyler Murray, shredding that defense of New York. Marvin Harrison finds himself the end zone as well. The Jets continue to disappoint fans throughout the city of New York. And New York football is not back at all. And tough loss for New York. Did not expect a blowout by any means, I would say. But here's just my question, though. I mean, the Cardinals right now sit first in the NFC West. But how much how long will this last? How long will they be in first? But more importantly, how long will this offense, can they stay consistent? And, I don't know how long this is going to be till this team just starts to fold. I just don't trust Kyler Murray at all in this Arizona Cardinals offense. They're just never consistent. Never consistent. We'll see if they win the division. We'll see if they make the playoffs. It's still up in the air. As a Cardinal fan, you're excited for the future and how this is going. Definitely not an NFC Conference Championship type team caliber at all. I don't even think they're even a divisional round caliber team either. Either way, we'll see how long it lasts for Arizona. I'm not buying it yet. But a big-time statement win against, I would say still, a tough Jets defense. But either way, they get a nice win at home. They keep moving on, and they are in first. Because Dallas isn't. They're not even in second. Congrats, Arizona, though. So proud you guys won. I love seeing the Jets just be terrible. Take that, Aaron Rodgers. And we move on to the last 4 o'clock game on Sunday. The one of 2 games I definitely didn't pay attention to really at all. And that was the Titans and Chargers. Does anybody realize that the Chargers are 6-3? Because I think that's the most quiet statement in the NFL. Obviously, they're not going to win the division, but this team is right now a playoff-bound team. The way how badly the AFC is, I would say this year. I just think they can definitely get in that spot. I think they're going to get the last wild card spot, but it's either going to be between the Chargers, the Steelers, Bengals, or Ravens. Who's going to win the NFC North? I don't think their Colts are going to make the playoffs. It's close, but they need to start winning. And then You just have the Broncos can definitely still make it, of course, but I don't think they do. Too just young of a team, I would say, with Bo Nix under center. No disrespect for him, they're playing better than my expectations. Who else are we missing on the magnet board over there? Yeah, no one in the AFC East. So yeah, just besides the Bills. So I definitely think this team can make the playoffs, but this offense needs to be doing a lot more. Very quiet day for Justin Herbert. Just 18 passes completed and a win by 10 points. Titans put up good fights, but it's not enough. 10-point win for LA here. And like I said, they just didn't do a whole lot offensively. They need to be more. They just need to do something. But either way, a win's a win for LA. I mean, like I said, I think this is a super quiet 6-3 team. We'll see how much they can keep it going, and then can they keep racking up some wins. Either way, though, they're 6-3. We'll see if they make it. I don't know. We'll see. Not buying it yet, but win's a win. And we move on to Sunday Night Football. So I think the best way to describe this game I saw on Twitter was that this game was you and your friend playing each other in Madden, because the turnovers were just ridiculous. I mean, unbelievably ridiculous. I can't believe that the Lions pulled this game off, but I honestly had a feeling they were going to come back, and they did. The Texans did not play football in the second half. A very tough day for both quarterbacks. CJ Stroud is really missing Nico Collins. Thought he was going to play since being activated off IR, but they might wait another week so he can tread Dallas's defense. But either way, though, a great win for Detroit. Unbelievable fashion. Those field goals couldn't get any closer to missing. Unbelievable. Squeaking those in for Jake Bates. Big time roll. And getting that win for Detroit in a great game. 5 interceptions for Goff. Doesn't matter. Gets the win. But here's one thing, though, I want to say about Houston. I want to see John Mechie get way more involved in this offense. He was a great wide receiver out of Alabama. He was injured. I think this whole rookie season he was out, I believe. But this dude, I really believe, needs to get involved more. I don't know if I'm missing something, but I'm telling you, that dude is a stud. I want to see him get a lot more involved more in this offense, because he's a better receiver, I believe, right now than Robert Woods. So get that man the ball more, especially with Diggs being out. And, of course, Nico Collins. But thankfully, you have Tank Dell making big plays, but John Mechie needs to get involved more. But either way, the Lions win a classic game, a classic comeback on Sunday Night Football. A great win, and they are sitting on top of the NFC North at 8-1. I still believe the Texans will win the division. They're 6-4, still got a 2-game lead. I wouldn't be stressing it. They just need to get some offensive players back. And last but not least, Monday Night Football. Miami takes on the LA Rams, two of the biggest popular cities, I would say, in the United States of America. Miami and LA. What a battle. I saw the fact that there was every single Florida team lost in the state of Florida, counting college teams and pro, besides the Dolphins. The Dolphins broke that curse. I was not expecting this. What is going on with the Rams this past week? I don't know. I have no idea what happened. I expected the Rams to win this game by at least 10 or more points, honestly. I know it might be asking a lot, but the Dolphins, really? I mean, the Dolphins found a way to win. Key, costly, just mistakes for the Rams. Penalties and turnovers, just an ugly game for the Rams, especially at home. Very disappointed in the Rams, though. Tyreek Hill finally finds the end zone for Miami first time since week 1. Are you kidding me? Whatever, I guess. I mean, a win's a win for Miami. It's just kind of a bleh game, I would say, for both teams. But either way, Miami gets it done, though. They hold on in the end, recover the onside kick opportunity by the Rams, and they win it. 23-15. That is not a scorigami for the scorigami fans out there. This actually, I guess, happened way more than I thought. But either way, Dolphins, they get a win. I watched somewhat, I would say, majority of this game, but it's just kind of an okay game. But either way, we were very blessed, though, with this past week of Sunday football. Lots of good games. But Miami holds on. They get a much-needed win, though, I would say, to go to 3-6 and a very tough loss for the Rams. And thank you guys so much for watching my final thoughts on the NFL on my return, making this video after taking a week off last week. But now to the best segment of the week, my team of the week and my losers of the week. I think we stay on topic with this game on Monday night. My loser of the week, like I said, I'm going to be honest, it's the Rams. I'm very disappointed with this team, with having Puka Nacua in this offense, Cooper Kupp, Kyren Williams, Matthew Stafford. What happened? I mean, the Dolphins are not a good team at all. I would say their season is almost over, and now it's back sort of alive again. I just think it's a very pitiful performance from this team and Matthew Stafford. I'm just just so disappointed. Honestly, not much to say. This offense laid a dump, 15 points, just prime time against Miami. Are you kidding me? Either way, they made the Dolphins look pretty decent, and Tua had himself an okay game. But either way, Rams, they're just my lose of the week. I'm not like mad, but it's just I'm just super disappointed. I just wasn't expecting it. Now for my team of the week. And one more thing I did want to add on that loser of the week, it could have went to the Bengals because of that last play call, but they played a sensational game unlike the Rams. But now, the team of the week, I wanted to give it to Pittsburgh. Might be a hot take for this, but how did they win? My team of the week is going to be the Detroit Lions. 5 interceptions for Jared Goff. You're down going into the second half in Houston. Houston has the ball to start the second half, and you force a turnover to start. And completely turning that game around in Houston. Field goal kicking was clutch. Unbelievable gameplay by the Lions and coming back. All credit in the world to Dan Campbell and this Lions team. That is why they are my team of the week. They go into Houston. You know, Houston was off to a great start. But the Lions, they just played Lions football how they should right now. Dan Campbell is just showing why he's one of the best coaches in the NFL. A great second half rebound, and they make adjustments as a team. Great team. A great team should. I say that twice because Dallas doesn't know how to do that ever. But either way, I'll throw shade on my own team any time of the week. But either way, the Lions are my team of the week. They deserve this, and a great fought-back, battled win against the Texans to go to 8-1 on the year. And thank you guys so much for watching my Week 10 final thoughts. Feels good to be back and making another video. Right up here, once again, the next week's schedule of the NFL in Week 11. More bye weeks, of course. We're at that time of the year. And yeah, lots of fun games. We'll see you again next week. And I will see you guys next week again as well in a NFL Final Thoughts week video if I'm not completely slammed and drained from work. But yeah, I've got some more times on my hand with my break from running. And so yeah, either way, thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like on the video, sub to the channel. And I cannot wait, guys. We will have more Black Ops 6, of course, content coming at you soon. With hopefully some more videos, maybe. More live streams for sure. But the biggest news of all, OG Fortnite coming back permanently, I believe it is December the 6th. I cannot wait to go live for that. That is going to be a lot of fun. I just cannot simply wait to get back to playing some OG Fortnite with some friends. Cannot wait to make some more content on that, guys. Thank you so much for watching as well. Feel free to give a sub to the channel or follow the TikTok, both BeatUpsMan12 and as well as my Facebook. Either way, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you all in the next one. See you later.